So now we're going to move into two of our projects that the elders were looking at. One of those was wind energy. Now, there's been turbines put on reservations, but there's never been any wind farms on reservations. Tom Factor has authored 22 wind farms with 1,700 wind turbines currently in operation, producing 2,700 megawatts of wind energy sufficient to meet the needs of over 2 million people.
Ted Weisman and I, who have worked together developing wind farms, we understand the commercial side of developing wind farms, but how that works on an Indian reservation, this is why we're here today, to have that listened to with Indian ears. This is really an engine in sustainable living to produce an economic effect to support the tribes. Well, I'll spend just a little time just to give an idea of the scope of what's required to do a commercial wind farm on Indian land.
You just don't go out there and sort of decide to build a wind farm. You get to compete for the honor to build a wind farm. So, when a tribe or a nation of Indians begin to consider the likelihood of these on their land, they also have to keep in mind it has to be economically sensible.
Development of a wind farm starts with a wind resource analysis.
You have to find all the places where turbines won't go, and then you have to not put them there. And so that's a lot of studies.
The construction services takes a look at that site, and they look at the transmission issues there, the electrical engineering, construction engineering, and you have a center that monitors the wind farm 24 hours a day to make sure that the wind turbines are operating properly.
And you have, of course, most importantly, especially with Native American lands, is you have to look out for, we'll say, areas of antiquity, in case there's a burial ground, in case there's a stone circle, in case there's something that's sacred to the people that have been on that land, whether they're now there or they had been there before.
In America, we don't have First Amendment protection of our religious freedom. They can be bulldozed, they could be logged, roaded, and we have no legal recourse to stop that. Wind is a spirit, and that sort of things we need to incorporate in some of these concepts and not pursue the best case scenario because it can provide financial gains for a tribe. In spirituality, there's always sort of this meandering line. Sometimes it works, and sometimes you need to be cautious. And remember that there are spirits, and wind is a spirit.
Tom came down to the reservation, and he was telling us the things that he had in mind, and that asked that we work together with him on going to see the Bureau of Indian Affairs and looking at the land that the Winnebago tribe has to offer. It is really a difficult thing to try to bring our people to the realization that something good is going to happen to them. So we have a lot of faith in what these gentlemen in this Maharishi village is trying to do with working with our elders. And we're really excited as a group, that we could bring something like this to our tribe.
Now, the advantage that there is on Indian lands, I think there's something like 90-something million acres of Indian lands in this country. Many of those lands, especially in the plains and northern states, has very good wind resource. So, why are there no wind farms on plains Indian lands? There is, I believe, one wind farm on a California tribal land. Well, I think Bucky spoke to some of that. And Prosper did too. Working through the community there is something which requires patience and special skills. If you have a good site and it's a good economic project and you're in a market where that energy will have a value enough to make the project look good economically, then all the money and all the expertise and all of that flows into it. On behalf of the David Lynch Foundation, Ted and I have offered our services to the Ho-Chunk elders and through them to the elders of any nation that would like our help without any remuneration to help examine the opportunities on that tribal land and on that reservation and see if these a wind farm could be feasible there, which I believe it is on many of them. And I believe that the elders have the respect of the people and have the ability in their sensitivity to guide those people towards working with partners that will really honor and respect the needs of the tribe and the initiatives that the tribe needs to better the life of its people.